Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mohammed Ashwar. Currently, I am working as Oracle application developer in Al Masharik using Oracle R12 EBS suite. My main responsibility to manage the Oracle EBS functionally and technically. If we talk about the set technically Oracle EBS R12, there are multiple tools used in Oracle EBS like OAF, Workflow Builder, AME, Personalization, Web ADI, Oracle Fountain Oracle Report Oracle BI Publisher, and Oracle Interface and API, and so on. There are many tools we are using Oracle EBS. I have 12 year experience in Oracle R12 and in developing of extending of VO and CO. I have 5 year experience. I developed the customized approval hierarchy mechanism that I have experience 7 years. In AME personalization, so on all this I have almost 12 year total experience. OAF framework is the HTML pages developed using JDeveloper. Uh, Oracle gives a feature to extend that view object or controller object. View object means that we can add new field, add new column in the existing Oracle queries. Controller means that we can add any condition based validation on the specific user to add a correct data as per company policy. Later on I will give you the demo. So let us start the task. How we achieve or implement all these things in our current company. So one by one we can check the process. We, first of all, we can check how how we use VO object in HTML pages using OAF framework. So the assignment is that we use a common number and specify it in the special information like it. But the requirement is that the user have to view that a common number expiry date on the absent manual HTML pages. How we achieve this one? I will show you the demo regarding this. So let's start. This is our R12 interface. Suppose first of all, if I see the common number, this is my common number. This is let me see. This is a common number, and and this field is a common expiry date. Now what happened? We need to view this data on absent management. I will show you absent management. Wait, let me show you absent management. This is interface. This one. Already we achieved this one, but now how we do this one, I will show you. See, you see, we already achieved this one. Adding the common number and expiry date. So how we achieved this one? We go there in about this page in the business component. Here we use one. We make one view object. This one. It is extendable object. It is extended by the standard object view object from this one. Okay. Here, if you click here, you will see all the fields. This all are customized fields. From which job title? From job title to up to here. These all are the in order to achieve requirement. So one time I add all this field for maximum field of employee. The path, see, of the existing, this is a path. First, in Oracle you will see the folder apps. You will see the per folder. After that, this is the part you have to check. This one. Okay, we already got that part. In VNC, we add this one. This already add this one. Here then we have to transfer to our local drive. So this is available. This is our customized. So we will check. We will check that edit this. You will see. We will change the query here and add a table name. This one access EMP sheet and add all the column. This all the column are available here. This all the column available and save this one and save as access to transfer it. Uh, Save this one after we transfer from our application server server machine. So we transfer here and they one utility JPX import. We have to run that utility. This will be appear in the view object. But again it will again you will not see the comma number on this page. After that, what you have to do, you have to go ahead in the personalization. Here you create a item, already it is created, and add this to one attribute, a comma C, comma already, and add the data model here. This one. So now it will appear, and this will appear here. So this is how we can create view object. This is another assignment. How we can extend CO. We can check this one. The task assignment comes from the management that if the user end of service, end of service, absent memory should not in the absent memory, system should not accept this condition if we enter. So how we can achieve this one? Again, we have to open the JDeveloper and check the controller, which controllers we have to use. We have to do how. I will show you how I do this one. Okay. So I will create one absent. Okay. I will use end of service and a contract. So what happens as the HR department? They tell that user should not use this type. So I will click here, the dates. I will enter a date here. I will enter a date here. There is one condition, the file condition also. I will calculate the duration. When I press next button, what happens? You cannot select end of service. So this one, I have to go ahead about this page. Check the controller. Not view controller. This CEO controller. Here, which controller we are using here? Controller we are using this controller. Epson. See, this is a standard controller. We have to extend this controller and create another new controller. This we already done this one. So first we have to get the path. Oracle, Apex, this one. How we know that this controller we have to use? We have to go ahead here. From here we will know which controllers we have to extend. This one, okay. So we have to go here in the controller. we have to extend this controller already. Then we have to change the here. Now we have to open a j developer. Go to this path. Already I am on this path and open this one. Control Epson CO one. Okay. Here, what we have to do, we have to extend this controller, create new one, extend this controller. So after that, we have to add the button name. We are using here in our Epson management. Return, can I return this one? This button. Using this button, so we have to define that button. If the values, if someone click, and we will define all the and assign their values also, like person we need person ID, also we need start, which is what is the start date, we need what is the absent type ID. So what happened, I make one procedure in the database level and I write only this function package and execute it, and this package will if there is any error, it will give the output, if there is some value, then system will throw an exception. So first of all, we will check that procedure, what I have written the procedure here. Go to this one, make this one, open it, and make it I will execute this one. So this, and if there is a condition, suppose this is a condition, suppose we render. If there is a condition here, so system the error here, throw the exception here in this value, this in this value, and if it's throw the value here, then you see the error on the top. Suppose I will enter to, if I go to next button, see this error will be appear here. When I check this error in package, we will find this one. This here we see that if the person absent type ID is 56, then system will throw that error. So when you create a controller, after creating a controller, you have to you have to use the utility JPX import. After transfer that your controller file to the server machine. After that, you have to go here. Uh, Here you have to personalize this one. You have to personalize this page. After that, you have to go ahead and personalization. This one. Click here. Huh. In the controller, this is a controller class. You have to add this controller here. This file controller name here. Then it will be implemented. The next start is how we can use workflow builder. So assignment is how we create a customized attendance approval mechanism. So let me start. First I will tell you we achieved this one. I will show you here. This is our hardware interface. Let me check where I have done it. Okay, this is a see this layout. This is a customized layout, and there's already it is approved. Uh, so that's why approval button and reject button is not available, but this already it is approved. Okay, now this is a template. How we can create a template, how we can use this one in workflow builder, so I will tell you. So when I will go here, I will open Oracle Workflow Builder. Okay. Let me check that it is a so I think this one. Let me check. Let me check this one. Message type. Workflow Builder. Let me check this one. Okay. This one I make this workflow. I open this one. Okay, here I open this one. This one open. So I make one process. This process. Okay, this one. So what happened? This is a process interface. What happened? First, submitter submit that attendance. After attendance submitter, this notification go to his manager. Remember, if the condition is rejected, then it will go to the back to the submitter. Okay, if the condition is approved, okay, if the condition is approved, then it will go to next approval hierarchy. This one, and there is one condition. The condition I have right here, and this is one function I create here in that database. That if there is a overtime, so it will go to this step, this approval. Okay. So what happened? After when this it will go to the next notification, and after that, if it is approved, this will be end. This is a process. So how we create this process? First, I go ahead. First, I have to create the attributes. Here, I create a revenue attribute here, PR, document, all the attributes. So when the submit this one, all the values will be hit on this variables. After that, there is approval notification also. This is a notification here, and in the notification you will see which message will be appear. So when I go here in this one, these are the messages. So X document, this, if you see here, here it is, this one, this template belong to X document. Okay, so I write here only X document. And what is X document? I write one, this is the variable, this one. Here you will see this is a type is document. So when the submitter in the workflow, we have created this one and save it. When we will check that notification, this is a notification. I will check the notification ID from here. This is a notification ID. So when I copy this notification, I will see is the attributes WWF attribute. Okay, this one. So the role is the manager. Attendance type is regular attendance. Period, what is the period? Period name is coming because I need a period name here. Here also. This is a period name I need here also. So after that, if you see there no PO number because what is attendance group? What is who is the manager? This is the most important. This is the one package I write here. In this package I write the HTML code. So to view this, for the purpose of this, to view this interface. So when I go here, I click here. Press F4. Okay, and I will update. Click that is can I go for 2111. I open this one. I go to 2111. Okay, here. See here. I write one code here. Make HTML tag, create HTML tag, and make the format same for same like this as a code. So this we are I have achieved how to make a tender customized approval hierarchy for our company. And how we call this one? I have write another procedure here. Can I show you the procedure? That, no, this one. This I think I did. This one. Okay. When I open this one, I will say this another. I have made too many policies here. Let me show the code here. Wait. Can I don't go down? Stats is okay. This one. Wait. Package. Okay, this one. This is the code I have write for calling for submitting the approval of the customized payroll. Mm, First, what I done, I insert the data, all the data in one customized table. Then I call this procedure here. This one. In this procedure, I write, I set item key also. I add, I add the variable like if you see here the access user, you will find here access user here this one. So what I do, I enter the data regarding this one. We another user. We are the user coming from here. So who is his supervisor? I enter here the supervisor as per complete policy. So I write I enter all the variables, and after that, this will the start button begin. This one. This will what this will do. This another there is another procedure. This is a document, external document. In this document, I refer that procedure to give me the same output, same output. Yeah. So after that, I start I set the engine, and it is now it will call that Oracle procedure in this one. It will start that process. So this is one. This is how I create the workflow builder. Okay. Next is another skill is my we how we use the utility AME. AME means approval management engine. So in this we can create the approval mechanism using AME. So how we do it? Suppose I submit my leave. Let me show you here. Where this is okay. This one. This is my leave. I what I do, I make one paid leave, and this absent leave again, and this started and ended. When I go next, uh, you will see here these are approvers. It is created and in AME using AME utilities. Okay. So first of all, my supervisor and again his supervisor. This is at least two supervisors have to approve this one. After that, it will go to record department. There they will check my data, and after that it will go to our passport department, and after that it will go to the payroll department. After that it will go to the HR final approval. After that, because I am eligible for ticket, so it will go to the ticketing. After its approval, automatically this for approval information will be notified to these three people. So how we can do this one using AME? Let me show you. I go here, then I process. I have another user. Here responsibility. Here you will see Oracle search survey. When I go to a rule, this all we have configured. Let me show you that leaf rule. Let me that is the IAMC paid rule. Okay, this is a rule. When I update one, you will see we add action here. If it is leave and emergency, can I? If the condition is it is in emergency or leave. So these will be this approval hierarchy will be executed. So first of all, it will go to supervisor. I already tell you that the first two supervisor it is hard. This again it will go to the record management, and then it will go to HR finance approval, ticketing, payroll supervisor, and after that record after the passport section. So how we will see how we configure this one, the position and other thing I will tell you. So first of all, we have to add a condition. In the condition, how we can add a condition? Just click here, go to condition. These are condition. We can add one condition same like this one. Here, wait a condition that you view. This one, this condition. When I click here, we add this one, change this one, emergency leave. So it is for emergency leave. So, here from where we get a value, I will tell you. In the this is a AMC attribute. If I go to check the AMC attribute, and let me show you. AMC attribute. Absolutely. Okay. Here in this one, if you go here, this is dynamic. If you click here, you see that this one query again. This one. Okay. System will check absent management table that it is either it is leave, which leave, type of leave, either it is paid leave or emergency leave. So on the basis of that condition, the approval will be executed. This is the first thing. Second thing, if we go to the role and check this again, you will find that how this action type approval hierarchies will be created. This one. This is the first thing we already done. Second thing is how we make this one. Two it is this the first two supervise the built-in function of AME. So now data will do for a record group. Record manual group. So what system does, we will come here and the setup, go to the report group, check the report group here, go to next, let me check the report group. Report review. Okay, this one, let me check this one, I click here. So here it is a role. If you go here, we will find a, if we write a F&D user, we write HR people position against position, it will that employee will be appear on this level. So I will change delete this one again. Okay, this what is this? This is a position control role, and position control role is a record management. Let me check this one in our system. In where the role? Sorry, not this one. This we have to go to role. Maintenance role. Here I write record. See, this is a person and this is a user. So it means, so whenever we write the role here, so system will check from this one. Okay, this is static. This is not a query base. We have some query base also. Let me show you how we can make a query. This is so static, I think. This is one. This is one dynamic. I click here. Here, see. This is coming from. This is a person ID and this is a function. I create a function and the dot in the database. Let me show you a function here. I open this. I open this function. As per company requirement, business requirement, which we have to get the person ID from this function. So we have done. I get this function ID, and so there is no static approval here. The ID will appear from here. So like this, it is approved. In the AME, like this, we can make a condition also. We can test the condition. We can test the condition from here also. Make a real time testing here. If you have ID, you can test here. Another everything you can do here from here. So this is the AME. Okay. Another utility is web API. Web API means that this is a mechanism utility that user can enter the data in Oracle EBS using Excel sheet. So how we can develop it? Let me show. Let me show this one. So this is first we have to change. This is attendance. User have to enter attendance from Excel sheet and should be entered in the dashboard, attendance dashboard. So I create this form. This is our custom form. Okay, I will check December 20 and day one imply 10013, I think. Okay, so you see that there is no data and this one. So what happened? I will create this one. I make the I upload the data in Excel sheet. This is the project employee time sheet. This is web utility. Okay, I saved the file here on desktop. This is web API file. Okay, that is, first I will close this one. Now this design will appear on the Excel sheet. So first of all, I am click on double click on this one. It give me that employee number. If I have 10013, this is employee number. I will select this employee number and this one. So there is one list another regular. This is a list of value I have created. I will show you how it will be created. This is a regular, and if you need to enter attendance, if you attend date 2020 hour 8 680 project number and 01 is the task number, and I think 1 dash I dash 1 is the revenue code. Okay, this I copy this one and paste here. What I will do, I will change the date to double click here. Okay, up to 60 to 16 or December, the tenders will upload with this project number and this task number. Where I will what I will do, 8 hours after complete policy, 8 hours we will implement. Maximum 8 hours will the labor will work. If I need to change up to 10 hours, system will not, Excel sheet will not accept this one. How? I will show you here. You will see here iron in the X option will appear when you generate this file. You go to upload, select upload, and upload this one. Okay. Here you will find that validation. This validation developed by me. Suppose we have to make a weekly holiday. Should be a Friday. This not the regular holiday. Regular work. This should be a weekly holiday. You have to select weekly. Let me check it out. Emergency extra. Missing tenders. Weekly holiday. Here. Second here. Thirdly, if you see that, see after complete policy, a user can enter only 8 days. Okay, then what you have to do? You have to change up to everything. Okay, now here you will see in the attendance. If I enter 10013 and this is December data. If you find this one, there is no data appear on this interface. So when you upload here, again you just go here. After collection this data, you can upload again. Okay. What confirmation come that the uploaded process has been completely successfully. So 16 row successfully uploaded. Uh, what I will do, I will check here. Go to find button. This 16 row appear here and in our dashboard. This is now how we can create this file. That is the question. So I will close this one. Go ahead in desktop. Day one responsibility desktop integration manager. Okay, first we have to create a integrator, that is a data model. Okay, this data model integration will appear here. I make custom, go to source. This all I have make this one. I think okay. What I will do, I will click on update button. If I go here, next one, you will find this source. Okay, this source is access web area package. This is a custom package I have created. I will show you the access sheet. Okay, if you see here this one, first is a bad name. See, bad name is coming automatically. Here is a bad name, and this is a field. In the bad name, you will find the sequence number. That next one. This query I have added. Then hours you will see here the hours also in the field hours. This is a field. If you see this property hours property, you have to go here in update. Here you will find a prompt above and the other thing. Okay. The most important thing is the employee name, employee number. In the employee number, you will find the list of value here. This is a validation type table. Here the employee number, we have to add ID card, employee number, ID column, and this is a meaning column that you will see, and this is a full name, and this will display on your screen. So after creating this one, we have to check the what this is the validation. This is the package. How package we are using here, I will tell you. You have to go ahead down and go press. So this whole column we have added as suppose if we need to make one more column. So we already add in our parameters. Here we insert the data. First, this is a validation. Here we insert the data. This is a customer table that you already see in here also. 10013 December. Here we, this query, this syntax will insert the data in this table. Okay, before inserting data, we make some validation, and this is a validation part. Suppose same person 103, I think 103, 1013. Then I write double click here, or you can 1013, and this is a regular. For December 2020, and you have 18 hours. Project 101 task. Okay. When you upload this one, go to add-on, all the validation. If you go here, I will paste 100. What system will do? System check all the validation. There is policy, lot of policies are there. I will check you. Wait. Okay. Now we will see what error will come here. See, first error is revenue code is not met with data. If I go here, I will check here the code. So all the validation appear. We have created custom validation here, and in the access sheet, system will not allow the user to enter the wrong data. So this is a web assistant. Access PA EMP. Let us check access PA EMP. Access PA EMP. Okay. If I go here, a copy of attendance. There are multiple make a copy. I have make this apply. Okay, go here. Next. Here you see in the header section. If you see here in the header section, you will find the badge number, badge name, and badge number. So here I add a header badge number and badge number in the header level. Imply number online level. Okay. After that, this all are required fields. This is option fields, and these all are required fields. After that, we have to go there. This is a sequence. Yani this is sequence the imply number will appear. After that, imply name will appear. After that, attendance days, hours. This sequence and this is a bit which the column in the Excel sheet. The what is the weight of that column? Okay. If I apply this, I will not apply now. Already it is applied. So this is how we create a layout of this web page and how we upload the data. So thank you very much. I have another skill. I have create a personalization of the specific forms. Every forms in the Oracle EPS suite have ability. We can change validate the user to restrict the user or allow the correct data to enter in the tables in the form. Okay, this is one how we can use. I come here. This is our purchase order form. Here, if I go here, I see multiple personalization that I already created here. Like this is the first one, this is a payment term. Any payment term should not be null. However, there is condition. This is a condition field, and this is the action. So, if there is no data here in this table, system will not allow the user to send for approval and prompt this message. This is PO and go to the PO. Okay, this is second. Second is that if we go ahead to this one, this we have what we are do. We have changed the list of value and according to our business process and add this two condition here. This another condition and this another condition. Okay, and assign to this LOV. Already in the system this LOV are available, and this which it will replace a group name. The group name I have already and create here. So this one, if I make a custom of I go here, I open this one, open. When I go here, see you will find the approval path there. See, then how many reports coming? I think 38 reports. See, many the list of value have more than 38 reports. So when when I click on personalization on, so what happen if I go here? Okay, when I click here, So the list is the number record will be reduced. This one, this one, I make a packet from the backend. Here, if I say that I click here, I will open that package. Open the function. So this is one function I have created. So if we go down, how we prompt a message, where the message, this one. Okay. First time, if the payment term is null. So if I go here in the terms, if I remove this payment term here and save this, and send for approval. See, this message appears. Payment should not be null. I click on term button and add payment. So what do I have to do? I have to add this is a personalization. I have to add a payment term here and save this one. If you go to a second validation, this is a distribution project should not be done because our main company is project based company. So in the distribution, if in the distribution, if I remove this project number from here and save this one, it will again if I go to for approval, this is the project number, it should not be null. You will see here distribution project number should not be null, and this is so this message appear from our custom function. So like this, if I change this one to project number 322 and press OK and save. Thirdly, I will show you another. Okay, suppose if there is last, I will tell you the promise date. If I click here, I remove the promise date from here and save this one and go to approval. So the message will again appear. So I will save this one. Or if I change something here, suppose now now message will not appear. If I remove this one promise date and save this one, message will appear. This message will appear, but promise date should not be null. Okay. If I suppose change, I what I do, if I need that this message will not appear, what I will do, I make this one like equal to 0 and press F5, F9. Okay. Then I will go ahead. Now promise date is null. If I go to the approval button again, so system will not give any error. So this is one type of personalization. From where we do, I go here. I make the personalization in this form, and I can use function also. I can use procedure also. Whatever do I can do from. There's another personalization area that we call custom PLL. If I go here, it is same working just like personalization. If you have more logics, more then more requirement, so you can make you can use custom.pll library. I have done in the inventory. If I go here in inventory, in the move order, I click here. CPD. Okay. We are talking about a custom PA.pl. If I go here, so let me show you. Okay, this is a enter one new form instance. I call the library this one here. The action only this I call here, and this one in this event I write a code in our custom.pl. Can I open the custom.pl? Okay, this is a custom.pl. Here we'll write a logic, business logic here. Again, suppose when I copy this one and call here point. So here what I do, I set a column property. I set a column property. After that, okay, this one done. After that, then another logic also. These are all the logic we make. This whole business logic here. For the invoice approval, this all I have created a logic in the custom.pl and uh, call this event here. So like this I can use. So I have made many personalization, many and created the business logic in custom.pl also. I have another scale Oracle form 10G. This I have experience 15 years experience of this suite, Oracle developer suite. So in EBS suite R12, most of the Java standard form are operating using Oracle form 10G. They are developed in this technology, in this tool. I have created many customer formatting interfaces process and API process. So so I will show you some of my forms. I come here in my system. Let me show you. Okay. So first form I will tell you this. I create a payroll dashboard. I have to go here and first I will tell you about settlement, employee settlement. So this is a customer of my customized form. If I write here, okay, this employee number 5661. This is another employee. So this is a customized form. Here there is a payroll data, loan data, also asset data. If there is some earning, it is available here. It is some deduction, it will be available. It is end of contract, end of services. So after that, it go to the interface page. So this form I have created. Uh, I have created another form. This is one form. I have created many forms. So I have to go to second. This is a payroll process dashboard. Actually, I do not have access of this one. So wait, I go here, system administrator. I make descriptive field. I go ahead and what it is alt here. That is payroll tab. Access. Okay, I come here. I write test that user. Okay, here for I think August 20. Okay, this is the form. Now this here the first tab is the payroll structure. Here all the employers and his basic HR, telephone, policy, and bank account is gonna. In a second, if I say click there, 5674, you see there are 30 days. Total are 30 days. If there is any deduction, if you enter a manual, adjust the manual days, and you can enter a net day, system will, this will automatically come. The HR deduction, if you make the adjustment, you can enter adjustment here. So all the things are coming. If I remove this one, for let me that is one. And when I press it, see payroll are 30, and there are some 31 day as per policy. For this policy, if I go ahead and attend, I will check what is the employee number. This employee number. This attendance. That attendance is he entered at all day, but from 16 August, the employee go for end of service. Okay. So the actual amount, as per policy, if the employee terminated on the same month, so actual days will be calculated. So here the actual date is 31. That's why it's coming 31 there. Okay, this is the one. This is the one interface. If I go ahead, click with the view view that earning. Just I click here. The total days are 31. Regular days he enter work 27. 4 days I eat. And if anyone is sick, so this is a payroll day. After that if there is deduction, okay, in the deduction you will find, if I remove this one, in the deduction you will find you will find that what is the credit amount, what is the monthly deduction there. If there is some company have to pay, then it will appear here. If you need only the credit amount, you have just click here. Go to find button. Only credit amount will be appear. If you want to only the loan amount, just click here. Go to find button. So monthly deduction will be there. If you need to adjust something here, you can adjust this already payroll run process. That's why we cannot change something here. So for the new payroll, you can change here. You can change the monthly deduction also. You can change the credit deduction. Payroll. In the payroll, their department days, net has one date, all. I will not show you the amounts. So here we can here we can update a bank assignment at bank, so on, so on, so on. It is according to this is some management. Okay. See, this is a project if there food reduction, business trip. What user will do is payroll department will enter the data in the Excel sheet and through WebAD technology utility and after the automatic system will update the data here in this area. There is some Aramco incentive also. There is a if there any payroll exception it come out. If there this is a this is a attendance. Payroll department can see any employee attendance here. So this is attendance. So he will see the attendance here. Okay. After that, this is payment detail. For this employee, for this period, what is the payment detail? If you include an employee or not, you can do it like that. So this is done, and here we write all the policy of that company. What is the payroll policy here? So this is a customized form. I have created one. How it is created, I will show you in form MG. I go here, open this form. This is ERP. Okay. Okay. So this is a payroll structure, and here we create a layer here, and the payroll days. And the payroll days, we make another canvas, and just a canvas in the using the trigger tag trigger. This is a deduction tab. This is a payroll tab. This is a incentive tab payroll. Okay, how we do? See, we make a different type of canvas here. See, basic HRA. It is coming. This tab, first tab. In the first tab, you will see this canvas. It is appear from this. Where this one? This canvas appear. Okay. Second canvas. If you go to the second canvas. Okay, this is second employee number, division and department is coming. So it means this one. Employee number, this and this is appear here, and we will go ahead and third canvas, canvas 2. Okay, GL date, GL balance. So here in the department, GL count, GL balance, and all other things, other field are coming in. Right, this one. And after that, if you go to the interfacing, if I say here, if I go to the action button, see, I see this incentive validation and payroll element transfer. So what happened when the payroll department click this one, system will check all the days and other thing, and add in the payroll, add in the element section. Let me show you here. When they click here, 5674, I type it 5674, I press this one. Element. So if I go to 1st of August 2020, if I click here, So you will see this one days on payroll information. Another thing is if there is overtime holding purpose. So what happen if the payroll department click on this one, it will automatically all the elements will be updated in the Oracle standard tables. So how it is do, I will show you here. I write a process here. Okay, there here. If I check this one process here, on okay. So first system will check that the validation that it is already run or not. This is security metrics. Okay. After that, this is okay. So here we will check for this is a database procedure. I will open this one. Okay. Here I make the logic there, and it will this one is we got upload button here. Here I use the API, Oracle API here, this one. So to upload the elements and the element values in the specific tables or 12 tables. Okay, this is so. So since payroll department will not go one by one to the employee, for the employee number, enter the incentive, enter the overtime. System automatically do this one for the payroll department. So this is the first one. This is second one. We have made two main form inventory also. If I go ahead and pair this project return. This is also a custom form. If I say click here, go here, you will see that this is our custom form. Access MTL BRD return. Let me open this one. Access underscore MTL underscore return. Okay, this one. The window, different window. Okay. Here I use the interface when you try to transact. So sorry. This is alert. You want to transact the material. System will check. The system will check the period. System will check all the other parameters. After that, system will insert data to interfaces. Okay, this one MTL interfaces. Okay, let me show you here down and program unit. Up in the program unit, you will see the table. See, this is an interface table. What is this interface? System will insert the data uh, of this of the following item in in the MTR interface table. Okay, this is one thing. Let me show you. After that, after that, uh, we submit automatically. System will submit the request. This is a submit request. Let me show you. I think it is here, or I think it is not here. This request will be automatically we submit this request for to upload the data into MTL material transaction. So this is example. Too many form reports we created. I think I have 15 years of experience of it. Okay, thank you. Next skill is that I developed many report using Oracle Report Engine. So how we develop, I will show you. I go here in a concurrent system administrator. Concurrent, here is the concurrent. Here, okay. Some are in XML, some are in RDF layout. So these all are reports are we are already created. Let me show you the settlement report. So better to look at settlement. Imply settlement. Okay. This is the education. Then I open this one here. Copy and paste it. Okay. I will check this one in education where this folder is. I write here. So it is in the human resource, and this is the education file. Okay. So what I will do, I go here. Human resource. The folder name of this one is per. I click here. Go to per. This one. We go to report. Okay, this one. Okay, and here I move this one. Clear this one. So okay, this. I will transfer this report. I will show you how I execute this one. First, I will show you the execution. Oh, not this one, sorry. This one. Imply. Sorry, that is AMC payroll manager. Here, I will go to. I will open employee settlement. One apply number. This is our custom for already done here. Just when I click here, okay, this report will be available. Okay, and get draft report. Okay, and this is a report. So what happened? How it the mechanism? You see, when I click here, automatically it create a submit to one request. If you go to find button, see this request will submit on this click, and this is a parameter. You log to these two parameter. One is employee ID and another is okay. So this one. When I open this form, I will open this form. So I tell you that what is how I do this one. The first one open access browser. Okay. When I click here on this button, this is a text field. So here I write print off. This print off. This is a print off. Okay. Okay. So this all coming. I will run one request. Okay. With this request, it will take the it will give the output here for this period. This is second. So what is the report? I will check the report also. Just one. I make the query. This is I make the query. There are three sections of this query. One this one, and this is another. Can I double click here? Okay, this is another. So if you see here in the layout, you will find you find the layout. The same layout that you check while running the output. See, this is a form layout here, and this is a signature by static signature, and this is the layout of this one. So draft, if you see that there is a watermark also. So what I do here, I click here, I find that this is a draft text. So watermark is also coming there, and this here like this I make lot of reports. This is a we will get output in PDF, and how we can make this one. Okay, thank you. In Oracle report ng we get the output in PDF, but if we need a report output in Excel sheet or in MS Word or in XML, then we have to use Oracle BI Publisher. For this, I will tell you how we use this one. You go ahead and again in this here. Okay. Let us check MC attendance. Okay. See. This is a attendance, applied attendance, and it is the format is XML. Okay. The execution file, the RDF report. Let us check the RDF report here. Place here. This is in project module. And this execution file name is project timesheet. So I will go here. I will check. I will open this one, and I go to project module. Okay. Go here in the report section, US section. I will write here this one. Okay. So So brother, this is the report. This is the report. So we make the query here. We make the query here, but we do not create that layout. You will not find a layout here. You have to go and examine publisher here and data template. Okay. First, we have to register this DF. Let me show you it again. Employees as service. Go to number 4. Employee attendance. Okay. This one we have to register here in data definition model. And when I just click here, I will go here. Okay, this is all. See, it is already. This is already created. Now after that we have to register the template. Template is creating art in MS Word. Let me show you here. Go to find button. This one. Okay. So I will download. So we have to register the template here, and I will download this template. Save. So here we making the CS calendar one. Then this will be appear because our attendance is start from 26 to 25. This another template of that attendance started from first of everyone and at the last of everyone. So we have two format. And we have make one condition here. This is condition here. If we go ahead in RDF, you will see here. Let me okay. So this variable we add here, okay. And if it's one, the variable is one, then this format will be executed, and if the variable is two, then this format will be executed. So we want to this first thing. This is a end for each loop, okay. After that, you have to mention the variables here. This one. Okay. See, employee number name is coming here. Employee number. If you check here, this employee number, where the employee number, this one. This XML tag, this employee number will be appear here. Okay. In the XML publisher utility, first you have to create a data definition of this one, and then you have to create a template of this one. October 20. Change the format from here. Now after that, submit them. So you can get a data in Excel sheet. Okay, this format will come. So this is how we can make in BI publisher. Thank you.